presses.
And now for something completely different.
There are no safe spaces here. The truth shall make you free. So you want the truth, but can you handle the truth? And what did we learn? Well, here's another fine mess you've gotten us into.
The Craig L. Hayes Show. Just thinking, where we talk about everything else.
Hello, America, family, friends, and listeners all around this planet we call home. This is Just Thinking, the Craig L. Hayes Show. Or Craig L. Hayes Show, Just Thinking. Take your pick. Both of them work. It's still just me and Just Thinking. Today is July 22nd, 2026. Coming to you live, in person, from the Northern Command Center here in Enterprise, Utah. And I'm looking at my list of topics that I want to talk about, and I'm going to pick one right now. And let's see, it's going to be, let's talk about our next civil war. So you say you want a revolution. A very popular line from the Beatles. Many, 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 many years ago. Excuse me. Excuse me. Do you really want a civil war? Do you really want a revolution? I know that the Communist Democrat Party does. I know that the communists living in this country do. I know that the Islamists living in this country do. But do you? And what would that civil war look like? Most nations, or empires, we'll call them empires because, you know, like it or not, America is an empire. We basically, at 4% of the population of this world, we pretty much run the world. The world hates us because of it, but we have the most powerful economy, the most powerful military. Everything that has to do with anything powerful and projecting any kind of influence in the world, it's us. 4% of the population of the world has a bigger influence than 96%. It's amazing. It's totally amazing. But also at the same time, we can look at empires all around the world and how long they've lasted. And if you averaged them all out, it's about 250 years. That's why our 250th, birthday, anniversary, whatever you want to call it, has just happened a few weeks ago, is so scary. Because we now are at that point of being an empire that lasts longer than average. Rome, the Roman Empire lasted, 700 years, 800, something like that. Egypt lasted 1,000 years or something. I mean, these are empires that just kept going and going. Alexander the Great, the Greek, that didn't last that long. Short time on that one. The British Empire, the French Empire, the Spanish Empire. These are all empires that controlled vast areas of the world, and they didn't last forever because nothing can last forever if you're an empire, because you become lazy and you become filled with fraud, corruption, and such like that. Kind of what we're seeing right now in this country. I've often wondered what it would be when the next civil war in this country takes place. And it's not a thing that you want to sit there and think about, because the last one we lost, 700,000 Americans, Confederate Americans and Union Americans. They were all Americans. We lost 700,000 in the last one. That's just dead. Now, injuries and civilian injuries and deaths and stuff like that, it probably puts it at well over, a million and a half people dead, injured, property damage that today would be in the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of billions of dollars. So we've been there once before. And what are the conditions that would possibly lead it again to us going to another civil war? Well, one, when you're constantly hearing one group of people, and I don't want to have to pick on the Democrat communists or communist Democrats, because they already, you would have thought they had already learned their lesson back in the last Civil War, that their ideology and their beliefs are wrong, and they belong in the scrap heap of history. But be that as it may, we're heading that direction again. What would cause a group of people to decide that they want to leave the United States and form their own nation within our nation? Well, if you are a group of people that decide you do not like the Constitution of the United States and you want it thrown away and something else put in its place, if you want what's going on in our country as far as our form of government, if you want to, I don't know, let's just say you're one of those groups of people, like the Democrat communists, that want to abolish the Senate, abolish the presidency, abolish courts, abolish prison, abolish deportation of illegal aliens, welcome everybody into this country that wants to come into it. I wonder if that type of mentality, if it grows, and it is growing in this country, I wonder if that type of mentality would actually could lead to another civil war if it's allowed to keep on growing and they decide that they're going to take up arms and try to enforce their belief on the rest of us. The answer is yes. The answer is yes. I believe that's where we're heading. I believe that these guys, they're all marching around and feeling so big and powerful because they've taken over the city of New York, the mayor of New York's office. They've won primaries all around the country. But it's in the Democrat Party. For a communist to win a primary in the Democrat Party is not that big of a stretch, because the party's been going into communism, for at least 100 years. They have embraced communism or socialism, whatever you want to call it. But just understand this, when they keep on saying, I'm not communist, I'm a socialist. And what did Stalin and Lenin all say? Socialism is merely a stepping stone to communism. So it's all the same thing. Where, in what party are the people that believe in communism, socialism, progressivism, fascism, Islamistism, if you want to use that as a word, liberalism, whatever? Where do they find comfort? In what party are they trying to take over and they find comfort in that? It's the Democrat Party. I think we're starting to see the lines of demarcation starting to form between Democrats. Once again, Democrats starting another war of another civil war. Or shall we say at this time, the Democrat Party being the home, being used by these people who want to overthrow our form of government. They don't like a representative republic. They seem to think that a democracy is the way it should all go. That's so funny. They want the democracy until they get power, and then just like Hitler, just like Stalin, just like Mao, just like Pol Pot, just like all of them do, they get rid of all their competition. And I'm going to warn you Democrats right now, it's very simple. Let's just say you guys actually got away with a lot of this stuff. And the Islamists and the communists joined forces, which they're doing. Islamists and communists are joined at the hip in trying to destroy America and replace it. And you guys team up and you guys finally overcome all of us conservatives, all those people who love the Constitution, and you defeat us, and then you become the ones in power. Which form of government is going to take over? Is it going to be communist or is it going to be Islamists? I'll tell you right now, you communists will all be killed. Because that's what they do. Look at Iran. The communists in Iran helped the mullahs overthrow the Shah and turn that nation into an Islamic republic. And once they had power, they executed all the communists that helped them. 40-something thousand communists were executed because they weren't needed anymore. Do you think it'll be any different here? It's not going to happen, though. I perfectly understand, and I'm sure that when the war does happen with the communists/Islamists in this nation, that by the end of that civil war, there won't be any communist Islamists in this nation. Probably the Democrat Party will never exist again. Because you guys are going to pick a fight with people who will not allow themselves to be overthrown in their government and the Constitution that we love. We will not allow ourselves to be overthrown by a bunch of thugs, murderers, and satanic people like you. And the good thing about it is, we own about 80 to 90% of all the guns and ammo in this country. So good luck with your desires. Good luck with your thoughts that you think you can take it over and you'll be able to defeat all those big bad, Republicans and conservatives. You tried it once before, you got destroyed. I'm pretty sure you're going to try again and it'll be the exact same outcome. This time, it's not going to be as cheerful for the Democrats. Because this next time, I'm pretty sure that instead of just wiping out a military like we did with the Confederates, this will be a hunt and destroy of all communists, Islamists, Democrats. It'll be very, very ugly. And all I can say to all you guys that are in that party, in the Democrat Party, that are pushing for these things, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. And that's where it's all going. And people, if you don't understand, that's why Democrats and them want to disarm you. That's why they want to disarm you. They want to enslave you. The Democrat Party is still the party of slavery. They still love, even after 165 years of being slapped around, they still love slavery. Oh, no, they don't. They talk about, they blah, 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 blah. Let me help you with that. Anytime that you want to take and tell people what they can and can't do with their lives, that's slavery. Anytime you want to take money from people before they even get a chance to spend it the way they want to by taxing them, that's slavery. Anytime you want to put a tax on people's property just for the sake of being able to spend that money the way you want it to be spent under the guise of we need schools, we need police and fire departments, that's slavery. Taxation is slavery. Income tax is pure slavery. Thank you, Democrats. Thank you, Woodrow Wilson, for putting that in there in the 16th Amendment. So don't tell me that you guys are for freedom or anything like that. You're not. Any party that will murder you because you don't believe like they do, like, let me see, the Islamists do within the Democrat Party, that's evil. Anytime you're willing to murder unborn babies, that's evil. And you guys want us to take and roll over and play and say, yeah, we accept your way? Ain't going to happen. Sorry, folks, just ain't going to happen. And if you think that only 700,000 Americans are going to die this time, you'd be wrong. This next time, we're probably going to lose somewhere around 40 to 50 million, at least, in the next civil war. Are you ready for that? Being the biggest number is going to be Democrats, Islamists, and communists. Yeah, our side's going to lose people too, but we're going to win it. We will win that war. And hopefully that'll be the last time we ever have to put up with such evil ideologies. Not trying to bring anybody down. I'm just trying to look into the future. And what I see is kind of disturbing, kind of scary, kind of upsetting in a lot of ways. That people that come here, people who live here, people that are born here, are deciding that they want to take and destroy the greatest nation ever created by God on this planet and turn it into some kind of hellhole third world slave camp with only a few people at the top running it. You know, like Korea, kind of like China, kind of like whatever. Name the place that tyrants control and see how the people live under them. Venezuela would be a good one too, the latest. How did those people go from the richest country besides America in the Western Hemisphere to having to eat their dogs, having to eat zoo animals because the communists who took over basically destroyed that country? Don't think it can't happen here. Don't think it can't happen here. In fact, you should plan for when it does. Where will you stand? Where will you stand in that war? Where will you stand as far as protecting your rights, your freedom, your liberty, your religion, your beliefs? Where will you stand? Will you be a pacifist, or are you going to go protect and stand and fight for your rights, your liberties, your freedom? I would hope you would fight. I would hope that you would stand firm and be immovable and not budge an inch in the face of evil. And be willing to, fight for and be willing to die for and to preserve this nation. Well, one day you're going to probably have that chance. That's where we're heading, unfortunately. I don't think we have an alternative plan unless all of a sudden people just decide they just want to go become conservatives and protect our Constitution. I can't see that coming out of the Democrat Party at all, especially now that the communists and Islamists are taking over. We know where it's heading. And like a good Boy Scout, and I was a Boy Scout for a long time, be prepared. You should be prepared for anything that's coming, because what's coming I don't think is going to be very pretty. Anyways, folks, thanks for bearing with me. Hopefully it helps you think about a few things. And prepare. Get yourselves ready. Get ready for something that could be very bad, you and your families. Survive it. Stay close to God. Embrace God. Embrace the Judeo-Christian life that we have here in this country. Know that Jesus Christ is our King in this country. He is our Savior. He is our Redeemer. Stay strong with Him. Stay strong with our Constitution that I know beyond a shadow of a doubt His finger helped write by inspiring the people who were writing it. So that's about it for now. I'll catch up to you in just a bit.
You've been listening to the Craig L. Hayes Show, Just Thinking.